resolve and sure grittiness.
It starts with an attitude. We need swagger, okay? Regardless of what happens out there. Doesn't matter. Keep your swagger.
Hey, welcome in everyone to another edition of Sit Start Saturday with the Five Hole Fantasy Hockey Podcast. We're your hosts as usual, Alan and Jay. Surprisingly, no blockbuster giant trades last night. Come on, I had stuff going on. There was your window.
Yeah, my goodness. We were even saying like all the games, obviously, with tomorrow's Super Bowl probably skewed today, but yeah, surprisingly quiet evenings.
But yeah, we can go ahead and jump right in to the Discord there. So first up, start one goalie, assuming they all start. You got Elvis versus the Rangers. No, thank you. Lion versus Tampa, and Decord versus Calgary. I'm leaning Lion or Decord here. Rangers seem like they have a second wind right now. I'm not betting against them.
I think seeing all those names, just Decord probably strikes me as like the highest ceiling, right? So yeah, definitely we're going with Joey.
I agree. And then D-Stew, start one, Cats. We got Meyer versus Montreal, Suzuki versus New Jersey, Kyrou versus Chicago. Damn. I mean, I kind of agree with the mob. It's probably Meyer versus Montreal.
Yeah, I think it's Meyer versus Montreal. If you overthink it, you probably can go justify either Suzuki or Kyrou, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to say that like Kyrou has like firm power play one time against the others. I mean, Suzuki, like we've said, he is the one that probably drives most of the offense on that team. But if he doesn't do anything,
there's definitely a world where Suzuki or Kyrou, like get a really good Saturday and going, and it's like, oh, see, Jay, Allen, I could have known and I could have done it were it not for you. But, like barring that aside, like, yeah, I think most of the time you would regret having Meyer on the bench when like all things aside,
Yeah. I mean, well, especially Cats, because you can at least get the hits and stuff off of him.
For sure. Peripherals. I guess it's the non-stat counting values, right? The non-production specific values that Meyer like shines in. And then on top, obviously, there's still that potential.
Right. Yeah. And then Delisto, sit one, Bangers points. So Jarvis, Carolina plays Utah. Marchessault, Nashville. Who does Nashville play? Nashville plays Buffalo. DeBrincat. So Detroit plays Tampa, and Tuck Buffalo plays. Oh yeah, Nashville. Dang. I'm almost thinking Marchessault. Like he's been kind of cold lately.
Yeah, I don't think there's one name that in particular like strikes me as like this is the one guy that's gotta. So, okay, actually, hold on. Jarvis is probably the one guy you don't sit no matter what.
Yes, but no. I mean, Carolina's goal scoring's really dried up lately. That's why my gut was Jarvis, but I don't know. I don't think against Utah, this is they gotta score tonight.
DeBrincat. Oh my goodness, Alan! Like DeBrincat is the classic guy where I think of like he either gets you like 2-3 points the night, or he's like
or free skate.
Yeah, he's just there, and I'm like, how is it possible if you do nothing on the ice? Like touch something. I mean, that also would be Tuck. You know what I mean? So like Tuck and DeBrincat for me are kind of one of those names. Marchessault, I kind of know that the selfishness will let him shoot no matter what. Like he's shooting on a 3-on-0 breakaway. You know what I mean? Like Marchessault is that player. So part of me, like that's actually horrible hockey and probably amazing fantasy value if you're really breaking it down. But I don't
know, man. What's Tuck been doing, man?
got to check too.
Yeah. Who, by the way, I would love it if he got traded to Tampa. Yeah, Tuck's got 5 points in his last 3. Yeah, I'm thinking Tuck and DeBrincat are locks.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Which means it's now Jarvis or Marsh.
I kind of want to sit Marchessault.
Yeah. Oh, geez, yeah. Okay. Now here's the thing: both Cousins and Tage are day to day, right? Which would indicate that Tuck is going to have more time and availability. But at the same time, he's playing with, I don't want to say inferior talent, but maybe not premier talent. So, well, it doesn't seem to matter or affect him if he's getting 4 or 5 points in the last 3. Oh, geez. Okay, he had a monster night on the 4th. 2 goals, 1 assist. Jeez. Okay. Oh, actually, maybe Tuck, maybe he is unsittable because elevated ice time because of the guys that are out, eh?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like Tage is either coming back tonight or just very close. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of I'm on board with Marchessault.
Okay, Marchessault.
And then I'm on here in the chat. Weekly lock. 12 points for the rest of the season. Kopitar, Fiala, or Svech. I don't know, man. Maybe there is something in the second half Fiala, man, because what's he got, like 6 points in his last 3 or something insane?
Yeah, like my gut when I was seeing the names was like, oh man, it's got
in his last 3.
It's got to be Svech, but then Fiala has 6 points, 5 goals in his last 3. That is,
I know, and it's backed by a decent shot rate,
and backed by crazy high, sky high deployment that is continuing to ramp up.
I don't know. Svech isn't. That's what it's hard to say.
Well,
rest of season, we're close enough to rest of season that we could start saying some of these. I don't know. Maybe second half Fiala will be a thing this year.
It is.
I'm actually leaning Fiala.
It is definitely not Kopitar for sure, man.
He's not terrible. Like he's still pacing for 70-ish points. That's pretty good for a guy you probably got late.
Man was like bottom 500 the past 3 or 4 weeks, like not doing anything for like stretches on end. Okay, let's see what he's done recently though. Oh, he got a goal last night though, of course he did. But yeah, prior to that, and 1 assist. Prior to that, how many games in a row? 6 games with nothing. Absolutely nothing. So maybe he's turned a corner. Yeah, maybe he's turned a corner. But I would say, yeah, with agreeing with Alan, I would skew toward Fiala. And then if there was, I find it really hard, like when I view players on Carolina to like definitively, I guess, like slot them, box them into a certain type or whatever. My gut feeling is obviously that Aho and Svech, based on their value, probably offer outsized value compared to what they were drafted at. But at this point in the season, I don't know if that really matters, right? Like you're just trying to get like those week-to-week guarantees. But this probably segues into Amon's question as well, right? Because he was saying Rantanen and Aho are
that's what I'm trying to see. I haven't seen anything on that this morning.
Yeah, I don't know if I.
Aho was out with illness on Thursday. And it's like, yeah, whatever is going around the NHL the past few months, man, it's no joke.
It's what it used to be called, all-staritis, but I don't know. I don't know if it like is Ovi hurt this year? Oh, he doesn't have to be hurt this year because
yes. I don't think there's an all-star game this year. I think it's the Four Nations instead.
Yeah. But like in previous years, Ovi would always end up being, they both block shots. Yes.
They could be all right.
It's not saying nothing though. I don't know if it's just a lingering nagging injury that. What's the phrase? Like some guy said it like when interviewed. They basically asked him how he was feeling, like, or if he was 100%. Oh, that's the phrase. So he was like, "Are you healthy?" And he's like, and he kind of just like shrugs, and then everyone else is like, "Oh, like," and he's like, "Yeah, what do you mean like healthy?" And he kind of basically says, "Nobody is healthy once puck drops in October, right?" So
Right.
you kind of just play on and carry this and that.
Well, that's it. Like I wish I could remember the line from Shoresy where it's like, yeah, it's no, yeah, it's pretty much along those lines where it's like no one's healthy, but like it's are you hurt or are you injured?
Yeah.
There
yeah.
we go. There we go. Everyone's hurt, but you're not, you're not injured.
Yeah.
All right, can only start 2. Yeah, I would not start EP40. I'm so sorry. Unless it's the defenseman.
Hurdle's got to be started.
Who does Vegas play tonight?
Boston?
Boston?
Hell yeah. You got to start Hurdle.
But yeah, no, I would definitely start Zibby against the BJs. Who did the Blues play? Oh, we saw that earlier. Chicago. So I like that matchup. Does Buffalo play again? Nashville. Shit, I almost say Gunther might almost be a must start.
Yeah. Mance has always been hot, obviously. Okay, let's see.
But no, I think Zibanejad, yeah, I know he's been
20 minutes a night for the past 2 games. My goodness.
Who?
Gunther. But it's also like, why in the world are you running the man straight into the ground right after he's, just returned from injury?
Yeah, I mean, you got Zibby 6 points and 4. I say he's a lock. Like in that matchup, you can't hate that matchup.
Well, I mean, okay, so you're looking at Zibby if we're targeting recent performance. Zibanejad for sure, and like what Gunther's pretty hot. So is
and that's what. Yeah, I really like Gunther. Although who was their matchup again? Carolina. But yeah, Elias Pettersson's not even a consideration for me.
Is Tage kind of still, are we thinking of him still in that superstar vein where it's like, if healthy, he starts and slots in like such? I mean,
sorry, like Pettersson, you're saying?
Tage.
Oh, Tage. I think so.
Because if so, then we got a slot.
That Kulik kid like seems to really be a good match on that line. And they're playing the Preds, so
yeah, goals galore should be at least.
Saros, man. Saros is killing me.
The thought process was more, if that's the case, then of Zib or Gunther, who would you like be forced to sit to make way for Tage to get on the ice?
Gunther, I think.
Gunther, Zib, and Tage. Yeah, I could see it. Who to start next week? 12 team points, weekly locked. Black.
Oh wait, so sorry. So Peter's question: Are we saying Zibby and Gunther, or Zibby and Tage?
I think it's Zib and Tage with a caveat that if Tage is out, obviously you need a backup. So Gunther's the alt.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Who to start next week? That is tough. Blackwood or Kemper? What's the schedules for next? Well, shoot.
Oh,
so not quite next week. It's like the week and a half. Yeah.
Okay. So that's February 24th, or is that February
2nd?
No, 22nd. Okay. 22nd.
Yeah, games start back up on the 22nd.
Okay, so
all right. So they have a back-to-back. Yeah, LA. Shoot. LA just has the one game at home versus Utah. I like that there. Colorado starts
Colorado's
with
2 games, but obviously Blackwood's
back-to-back.
only going to play the first one.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me see the week.
And Colorado is 2 the following week versus Devils. versus Wild, and then LA has 4 games. Good God! Oh yeah, they have. That's right. They had one of the best schedules.
So I guess
I
LA is
almost-
the one then, right? 'Cause
Yeah, I
they
almost
want
think
the swagger.
LA is kind of a
Yeah.
lock just for that schedule.
Yeah, I think there's no need to crazy overthink it because
And they seem to actually be scoring right now. Like
for sure.
the
For sure.
fuck, I don't know what flipped on, unless it truly is the was it they they fired, they hit that buff for like
Right,
second
right.
half Fiala, so now
The
they're
second
like,
half
they're on
Fiala buff,
fire.
everyone was like, "Can we just ride his coattails and like join him too?" And like,
Yeah.
Well, the other one is if you think about the perspective of games starting, the best version is Blackwood starts 3 games, right? Because then he's
Yeah.
going to start the February 20.
One of the
Ooh,
back
geez,
to
which one is-
back, and then
Yeah, he
both
starts the
games the
youth-
following week.
Yeah, he starts the 22nd, and then afterwards he gets he gets both games, right? He has to get both games. And it's not a guarantee that they would give him both games. And my main reasoning is that would be like a month straight of a Noonan not playing any professional hockey, right? Like if they actually
For Wedgwood.
For Wedgwood, sorry, Wedgwood.
Although
yeah.
no, because okay, so they made the call up because Wedgwood is day to day or something.
Yeah.
I saw the tweet this morning that they just sent Trent Miner back down to the minors. So it sounds like either Wedgwood should be back.
Right.
Oh, really?
Okay, so he started back.
Wow.
He just started back to back last
Holy
night.
shit. So they really didn't trust
Oh.
this minor kid at all. He was there as
But even then, like,
A
Aman,
meat
you're
bag.
you're banking on 3 games that are going to happen for the Colorado Avalanche over the space of February 22nd until March 2nd, which means should he start all of them, he could at best give you 3 games. I mean, if he gets shutouts in every one of them, don't shoot the messenger here. But if we're mathing, LA gives you at best 5 starts if they
Yeah.
start.
I
Back to back, they're not
as much
gonna,
as
so
I'm
we
a
can just get
Blackwood
4.
stan, I think just from the perspective of getting all those starts, I think it's Kemper.
Yeah, it should be.
Like even Quentin Byfield has points recently. Like something's in the water in well, yeah. When it's not being used to fight fighters, there's something in the water in LA.
Oh. Incredible.
I hope that wasn't too soon.
Okay, I do want to check before we go. Like, obviously, schedule-wise, I'm gonna completely stand on the side of Kemper.
I
That's
think
just what
Kemper on schedule. Yeah.
Kemper and schedule. But if you're gonna even go on the back of games, right? Like, Blackwood's given up what 8 goals over the last 3 starts. Like obviously he did face, like Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. They went a lot.
I mean, if you look at percentages, though, he's still giving Colorado like around or better than league average goaltending.
For sure. Like it's no slight against him, like in terms of doing enough to get the dub, which frankly is all Colorado has ridden, and they rode that all the way to a cup, right? So it's worked for them. But what we do want to say over here is that, if you're looking for the guy that's like, cracking Vezina, that's not necessarily Blackwood either. He's just, a very solid guy at the back.
Right.
And if a schedule is, just I don't even want to say it's an average schedule. It's probably a lower end schedule. Their team's playing 4 games a night and Colorado's on 2. I don't think you would have to be like weekly locked into the guy that's max is like he needs to do exactly what he just did the past 3 games.
And I mean, if Wedgwood is back, I don't think he starts that back to back.
For sure. Yeah.
Blackwood. Yeah.
They still need, like, they made that trade for Blackwood and then committed $5 million to him, like every year going forward. Like they want this guy to be, their franchise goalie. I mean, Aman, you as the fantasy owner want Blackwood to play every remaining game for the rest of the season, but the Colorado Avalanche don't, right? The Colorado Avalanche really want this guy to save his groins for games and important games come April. They probably don't want him to do every back-to-back.
I still, Kemper. It's Kemper for me.
Because Kemper, at his worst scenario, barring crazy injury, is he plays 3 games. The same.
Uh-oh. Did I lose Jay? Well, I think I lost Jay. Oh, there you are.
No, sorry. I will say that Twitter cut out. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, no. We decided on Kemper, CG. That's what we decided. We decided on Kemper. We were just kind of like justifying it a little bit more. The only thing you could possibly argue is maybe the matchups aren't the greatest, right? You have Vegas.
I do, yeah. Vegas, Dallas
away, to Dallas, but I don't read too much into those. Sometimes, like it's just these guys are professionals. Honestly, against any NHL team on the worst day, the worst NHL team could like put up 5. The best NHL team could get shut out. So I think just think about quality of goalies. I think they're probably very, very similar.
I mean, LA plays just such a goalie-friendly system. That's why I think no matter their quality of competition, to me, matters less.
For sure. They basically just have to stop average pucks, right? I think if LA is honest, like if you can stop and be league average, I think LA will give you a shot, right? So in the back to
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't really matter who they have in net. Like their system is very friendly to them.
Yeah, I guess it's possible. Like, are we really saying Riddick's going to take over the crease? Like,
no, God, no.
I don't know. I'm very dubious.
No, it's Kemper unless he's out.
Oh, the home game.
Oh, that's right. Because I think
didn't
TJ point out that like the Kings scored more at home. Like they're better at home.
They have a stupid home game record for sure. 17-3-1.
Yeah, half their games are at home.
12-4. Well, no. How many games are home? You mean?
The 3 out of the 5, right?
Oh,
are at home for the Kings.
Yeah, so they start all at home, and then it looks like they go away afterwards. So they have 3 home games to boot. And it's entirely possible that he starts, 2 of 3 of those home games, and then goes on the road.
One of the road, yeah, the back-to-backs.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I think it's
Kemper.
I
think it's Kemper. I think you can overthink it, but I think even your worst case scenario would probably still have both goalies starting the same number of games, right?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean,
you get 2 out of 5, and then like they give Wedgwood a game, so then Blackwood also gets 2 out of 3. Worst case scenario, I think both of the goalies start the same number of games anyway.
Right. Yeah, optimistically, yeah, because Colorado starts to the back-to-back, so there's 1 there, and then the 2. Optimistically, Blackwood gets both, but they could give Wedgwood one of them now that he's back.
Sure.
But I mean, this is right after the All-Star break, so they've all had, well, most of them. I don't know if either. I don't think Blackwood. Yeah. Yeah, the very expensive, the rich people league.
For sure. Don't worry, CG. We're trying to help you out here.
I
think
really think it's
either way.
Kemper.
It is a good problem to have to be decided between Kemper and Blackwood in goal, right? Like there are tons of teams out there that do not have either goalie of such caliber, that they're rostering out there. I say that as a sad UPL holder. No offense to any UPL holders out there, but I got to trot them out night in, night out. Just don't have quality that way.
I wish you showed me the final score on this game log for Kemper here. But yeah, for me it's Kemper.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you split the buy-in and then we'll use the team together.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You get to split
All
the
right.
winnings too when you get it.
Free range rum ham. Sorry, I'm looking at Discord. It looks like we might have a couple coming in.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Do we want to go to ad drop and see what's going on?
Yeah, we can hang out there for a couple minutes, see if one of those questions. What are we doing with Kempe? I feel like you got a hold. I think you got a hold.
Yeah, you're not getting him back for sure if you did.
Yeah, there we go. I agree with Blades of Zeal. Oh, this is a good one. Lehkonen or Byfield moving forward? I kind of think I know Byfield's actually put up some points, but I just don't.
I think it's Lehkonen.
Yeah, I think it's Lehkonen, and especially once Nichushkin comes back.
Just this trade between Colorado and Carolina has absolutely proven to me that, you know, not that it was ever really a doubt, but like you could McKinnon is very much in the same vein as the Sidney Crosby, where it feels like you could slap a bag of pucks beside him and somehow the bag of pucks would still end up, you know, like top whatever in the league in terms of goals or assists. He just makes everyone around him that much better. Now, I don't want to say it's not like shit against Rantanen either, right? Because I think Rantanen is also an incredible player, but, you know, maybe it takes a little more time for him to gel. Somebody else mentioned, I think it was on the Discord or Reddit or something, that they said, is this not the first time that that Rantanen's played with a non-right-handed centerman? Or something along those lines.
I don't know shit about the handedness of people.
Right.
But no, CG does have a point. CG Amon. Yeah, he is line one now. Like they finally fucking moved Drouin out that top line. So that top line is Lehkonen, McKinnon, Necas. I don't know how long that sticks. Especially when Nichushkin comes back. But yeah, good God. If there's a shot that Lehkonen stays up there for any length of time, it's not even close.
Oh, geez. By the way, for any listeners out there, if you hold any Colorado Avalanche, it's a good time and reminder for, I think now is the time, right? Now is the time for you to drop them because they're not going to play another game for Lord knows how long. We're talking.
Why are we dropping the Avs?
No, no. The streamers. The streamers that they were streaming on the Avs, right? For maximizing schedule output and everything. No, don't drop.
I mean, wasn't it the Senators? I think the Senators only have 3 games in that like week and a half.
Oh shoot, sorry.
I thought we said it was the Senators.
So it was the Sens for the coming weeks after today's slated games were done. But for this week in particular, right? The Avs don't play for the rest of this week, right? They play a back-to-back on February 22nd and 23rd coming back, but they don't play any games for the remainder of this week, right? The Oilers were their last game like this week, right? So obviously you have to the only way for you to put into motion,
they don't play.
The only way for you to put into motion like the second half advice that we were giving at the weekend preview was you got to drop that Av. And I think it basically was like 2 Avs that we were talking about, right? We talked about Drouin and we were talking about Parker Kelly, right? Like you got to drop. Oh, Parker Kelly, I think got a couple. He got an assist. He got an assist last night. But anyway, you gotta.
There we go. All right, so we got Shiver Me Timbers. So he's benching Dorofeyev. Okay.
Dorofeyev.
Shit, as much as it pains, man, no. I hate to bench Zook, but I also hate to play Zook because that's the dilemma I know I'm running into where it's like, no, man, Zook's gonna do something. Like they have no Kaprizov, like he's got to pop off, he's got to do something, and it's just everyone else scoring.
I would probably start Dorofeyev over Zook in my mind. Heck, Marchment just came back too, right?
Yeah.
So
he should be much more highly owned than he is.
But there's also new teams and new lineups. Sorry, there's new teammates and new lineups for him to mesh into, right? Like with
perfect. He's actually got the same gut reaction that I do, at least. Like I almost think like it might be Dorofeyev over Zook.
Yeah, but you could. Yeah.
And the Isles
I'm with you.
Hot lately.
I am with you, Dorofeyev over Zook. I'm even saying like Marchment has been back for a couple of games and is he scored the first game. He scored the first game, but Dorofeyev. I do mean Dorofeyev. But yeah, like Marchment has new line mates, right? Like Marchment is now playing with maybe not Luke.
No, I think he's second line with Granlund and Duchesne.
Yeah, so new line mates, right? Granlund wasn't there before.
Maybe. I thought he was second. No, Granlund wasn't there before. But I do think that was where he was before injury, was second line with Duchesne.
Wyatt Johnston back on the third line, eh?
What? Oh. No, I thought they bumped him back to the first. I thought that was the practice line this morning.
Okay. Because what I'm seeing right now is that it's
Oh, Stankoven. Huh.
That
But that's
Dodonov is the guy that
yesterday.
somehow made his way up. Oh, boys. Okay, so it's scoregami or lineagami or whatever you want to call it in Dallas. So if you were really going to be creative with it, I would say Actually, maybe I spoke a little too soon before seeing San Jose.
Yeah, man, I got checked now. I thought I saw a practice line from this morning or a morning skate line where he was
New
the top
Stars
right wing
line.
again.
Robertson, Hintz, Johnston. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah. It's from 10 hours ago. Yeah. Robertson, Hintz, Johnston. Oh, they must have. Yeah. So Johnston and Dodonov literally just flipped. Okay. So still back to the first line. But either who, if you're talking about Marchment stonks, like I knew.
Well, do you just want you want to have Marchment anyway? Like, I think he was kind of the lowest owned player in that like top 6 going into like this back stretch.
Yeah, against San
Dallas
Jose
just
for
has
sure,
a
too.
great playoff schedule.
For sure.
So start
Zook
Marchessault.
out. Zook out.
What? He's out. What?
Rafeev in.
Oh.
Zuccarello out. Scorafeev.
What the heck is this guy doing?
What up, boys?
How we doing?
Sorry.
We have a surprise third person.
Yeah, I got time this Saturday. I figured
love
I'd
it.
hop in and
TJ,
join the
what do you
fun.
think if you had
Yeah,
3
where we
guys here? Shiver me timbers, we're helping him out here. So he's
Okay.
mulling over.
He's
mulling
benching
over his bench.
Dorofeev. But he's playing all these guys here. Really, yeah, I kind of agree. Like he's even thinking replace Zook with Dorofeev.
What's he looking for? Let me see the scoring again. I know you get to the Discord here. All right. Goals 5, assists 3. My goodness.
Yeah,
I-
power
yeah.
points as well, right?
I think I'm right there with you guys. I do want to get Dorofeev in there though. But Zook against the Islanders, I mean, that's gotta be money, right?
I don't know. Isles have been hot lately though.
Yeah, the only one that we were also mulling over was maybe like Marchment because he was just fresh off injury. He had 1 goal in the
Yeah.
last. He's not scored the past 2 games. But I mean, same idea of facing the Isles. They're facing San Jose, so that's got to be a pounding, you'd imagine.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one, guys. I think I'm with you.
Hell yeah. What's free range?
Yeah, because
saying?
the Isles are 8-2 in their last 10
That's insane to think about.
somehow. Yeah. And if anything, they're worse than they were at the beginning of that 10 games.
I was like, they're 8-2 and they're still out of the playoff hunt. It's just,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
You can't take Gunther out. I mean, yeah,
No.
it's Marchment or it's Zook, but those matchups, I don't know who's the goalie. Let me check. Who's Boston playing today? Is it Swayman or
Vegas.
Are they putting in?
Oh,
right,
goalie.
but is it Swayman?
Oh, or Corpusala.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Doesn't look like they've announced it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Speaking of Dobson, how crazy is that the Isles sound like they're shopping?
Oh my
Dobson.
god. And what is this? I'm hearing about rumors of Barzal to Tampa.
Oh, what? No, I wouldn't. No, I'd rather have Tuck than Barzal.
But I'm with you guys. Yeah, Rocket. What's Rumham saying?
Marchessault or Gunther tonight's.
Oh, Alan, we had this previously in the show, right? It's got to be Gunther.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Carolina's
Yeah.
a little bit of a mess right now.
Not even saying that, Nashville can't do damage or even that, Marchessault's not going to shoot the puck like willy-nilly and crazy. It's just, Gunther's hot right now.
Red hot, yeah. That's a hard Gunther for me.
For sure.
Well, shit.
The-
That was it.
Did we want to bounce back to ad drop and see what else was? Oh,
I think
actually,
that was it. No
the
one's
end of it.
added anything. Yeah.
Trade talk would probably be really good too, right? With right now, like this is probably around trade deadline timers.
Trying to find the today's. Oh,
Yeah, all the way down.
yeah. What to do with Kempe? I just think you got to hold Zibby or Stamkos.
That
Boy.
entirely
Zibby.
right?
Didn't they just mess some stuff up? I think Will Cooley took over in place of Zibanejad yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like on power play or top line?
I think it was. I think it was even strength.
Mm.
Let me check that out.
Well, yeah. Well, Zibanejad definitely plays with better talent. Would we say? Like Stammer plays with
Yeah.
the top 3 guys or 2. I guess he is one of the top 3 guys.
Yeah.
Right? So
There was a Miller, Panarin, Cooley line.
Yep.
Like 7.5% of the ice time, but
Yeah,
it
they
was
switched
there.
it. It might have. They might have just been chasing a lead or something like that. You know, desperation measures.
I still think give me Zibby over Cooley,
Yeah, I'm there.
or not Cooley, but Stamkos.
This one could also just come down to because it is so close. You know, the poll might not say it is 4-1 right now, but if you can get a couple extra off nights or you can get a couple extra games during your playoffs,
And that's where I
that-
feel like Stamkos gets you.
Yeah.
Well, Stamkos also gives you so much more positional flexibility, right? Because he's try eligible compared to C only eligible. So it depends if
well, how
It-
long before Zibanejad gets that winger eligibility? You know,
Right.
Malkin got it after like 9 minutes of ice time.
what was that one year when John Tavares got it after like 2 or 3
Yeah,
games? It was like this-
someone working at Yahoo like had money on
Had
the
him on
line.
his
Like,
team.
oh, hey, let me just
They were
add winger
definitely
eligibility.
Here we go. Should I drop Meyer for Giroux or
for
Slavkovsky?
Oh,
No,
I don't know if
don't
I.
know.
Ooh, I don't know if I like that one. Ugh.
Verhaeghe's been on a bender lately.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that one.
Giroux is like, I mean, Alan, we were talking about it. He's a waiver wire pickup, right? And Meyer's not so much that.
Right.
Giroux's not just a waiver wire pickup, right? Like he's a waiver wire like stalwart, right? Like dude,
He was, yeah, he's like 65%. I got him, I think, out of sheer luck.
Hmm.
But
well, I mean, but he like the 35% that don't
he's out
have
there,
him, like
yeah.
ride him. You know what I mean? Like he pops in, he pops out. You know, it's like he's a player of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think I was using that to like explain. All right, Meyer, you're not seeing him on waiver wires. You know what I mean?
No,
Slavkovsky maybe not as well.
For
Man,
sure.
how would you rank these 3 guys? Playoffs are week 23 to 25.
Oh, I need to see week 23, right? Week 23 would be
Yeah, I'm gonna work
the
on that.
24th of March. Does that sound right? Oh,
23, I think, is the 17th.
17th? Okay. 17th. So let's see, March 17th.
But before, let's get a ranking before the schedule sense of bias. You know, like let's get a raw ranking, and then we'll look at the schedule and see.
I mean, especially if you have
anything
bangers
changes.
weight, I feel like for me, it's all Meyer and Slav are kind of close. Like I just like Slav being a
Yeah, they
lock
bang.
for line 1 power play 1 now.
Yeah.
But
I think
maybe
it's Meyer slash Giroux, and it's
Yeah,
not really
me
that
too.
close for me either.
like slight edge to Meyer. Oh, no riffs.
Oh,
So
that's
straight
huge.
points.
That's huge.
Oof.
That really like I feel like that tanks a lot of Meyer's value.
Yeah, I 100%. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's important contextually. Okay, so I've got Ottawa has the least amount of off nights and CG. So let's talk roster makeup. How big is your roster? The bigger the roster, the less importance off nights really has.
Mm.
And Ottawa is dead last. Well, close to. Actually, they should be dead last because they have 2 games, 11 games, 2 off nights. San Jose's dead last with 9 games, 2 off nights. Off nights don't matter. So I think we're just going sheer volume here. And that's where Ottawa, jumps up to the top. And Slavkovsky, Montreal's right there with 11. New Jersey, they are 9. So we're adding 2 games if we talk about Giroux or we talk about Slavkovsky. And
Yeah.
it seems like it's close to points only.
Yeah, I guess Meyer Meyer has gone from my top guy very quickly to the bottom guy in the space of.
And I think both those teams could be really playing some meaningful hockey at that point in the
Yeah.
season.
which
Yeah,
might
Ottawa,
not be
I mean,
true
they're-
for Jersey at all either.
Ottawa's in the top 3 of their division, aren't they? They're close to
Yeah.
either wild card or they're in the playoffs at this point.
They're neck and neck with Tampa, and they're not that far back from Florida or the Leafs.
So in terms of opponents, Montreal is playing like the record of their opponents is a .538 win percentage. Ottawa 0.544. New Jersey has the toughest road with .564. So their opponents win 56% of their games. Does it come down to no power play one for Meyer? He's been getting it like so inconsistently. He got it that one time. I remember tweeting it out like fucking finally.
Lasana Galib.
Yeah, fucking Andre Platz getting power play one over Timo Meyer.
That's
right
so
now.
gross.
That's-
That's so
I hate
gross. Like, what is
Yeah,
Keith
Sheldon-
doing?
Sheldon Keefe was supposed to bring us to the promised land here, and it didn't happen.
Okay, yeah. So CG is right. Like, Aho and Rantanen are question marks for tonight.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's kind of nuts.
game time decision. We'll see.
I mean, CG, I don't think it comes down to no power play for Meyer. I think it comes down to no riffs.
Not having riffs, yeah.
Meyer
Yeah.
is not. Meyer just doesn't have that ice time to back it up, right? Like I was even looking like I think he was at 14. Was I seeing that right? 14 minutes last night. Almost.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much.
Yeah.
No
So-
points in his last 3 games. 55-point pace for Timo Meyer.
Yeah.
Let's see Giroux.
His value comes from him shooting and him hitting, and then on top getting some, I guess, like rotational value on that second power play. But if you don't even get that rotational peripheral floor, like Giroux was getting 21 minutes in comparison. I think
I
you're gonna
think-
stick. Yeah.
Now that no riffs has been, contextualized, I think Giroux, Meyer, Slivkovsky might be my ranking. And then those 2 extra games that you're getting out of Slivkovsky could theoretically like make Giroux or make Slivkovsky and Meyer a push.
Yeah.
But maybe like before your trade deadline, maybe see if there's any interest in Meyer before just tossing him to the waiver wire. But again, Giroux probably just slightly edging out Meyer, and then Slivkovsky. He's been hot right now, so he's going to be front of mind. But he's been so hot and cold that I think he should probably stay at the 3 out of 3.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's right.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Well, no, hold on. Remember, this is the $250 like buy-in, so I
Oh,
feel
big
like
one?
you have to make it early,
yeah.
or else someone could the closer you get to the end of
That's
the
so
year,
weird.
someone could oh my
Yeah,
god,
I get
collude.
your,
There we go. The
Yeah.
likelihood of collusion goes up. I
Wait,
see
wait.
it. I see the reason for it, and I don't like it.
Did you see that trade offer? What was it? Smoogler? Is Rantanen first
Oh.
round and second round a fair offer for Draisaitl, Banger Cats League, owner of Draisaitl currently, not in
If
a
you're trading
playoff spot.
picks, I almost assume it's some kind of keeper.
yeah.
It does sound like
I'd love
it.
to know how many keeper. CG, I'd go for if you're playing on Yahoo, like Giroux being try eligible is huge too. So
Mm.
I'm right there with you. For me, Giroux would be number 1, then Meyer, then Slav.
I think we can say for Smoogler in that trade talk thread, I don't think that's worthwhile, right? Like I think the value of Draisaitl is way higher value than anybody else.
He
coming
just
back.
took the scoring lead too, didn't he?
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
Draisaitl?
Yeah. He just
Thought it
passed
was-
McKinnon, which is nuts to say. I thought he was running away with it alone.
Fantrax, isn't he also eligible in Fantrax
He
too?
might be, yeah.
I thought it was just center left. He got the right wing too.
Let's see.
No, he's tried.
Wow. Okay. All right. Do they count power play time? Is that why? So let's see. Is this a fair trade? I'd be getting Kempe and Letang for Fox and Hyman. I
Oh, the Kempe trade.
don't
I
think
don't
so,
know about
right?
these questions about whether or not it's a fair trade. That's really eye of the beholder, right? Because
Right.
what's that? Like there's some theory or whatever. Like my cup of coffee is more expensive than your cup of coffee because I have it, right?
Right. Loss aversion, right? Like anything I'm losing,
Yeah.
I'm doing more than whatever I am gaining. And it goes, I guess, both ways in the trade. But yeah, I think it looks like the mob doesn't think that's a good deal, and I'm with the mob on this one for sure. I think the value of Hyman alone is just much. I think that ceiling is crazy. And I think this is probably factoring in Hyman's super slow start, right? That's why his point values are so like deflated. But yeah, he's
There's some frustration out there with Kempe right now too. So
for sure.
the
Yeah,
value,
no, I
the value is
saw
not great.
one person asking what he should do with Kempe.
Yeah, it's just the optics of that trade are not going to be great either.
For sure.
Okay, so the Leafs life here, he's getting the EP Michkov side.
He's getting EP. Oh,
He's selling Jarvis and Caulfield.
my impression is this trade is kind of like lateral, but who gets the better picks? He gets the better picks, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, Lord knows, unless he's winning the season, then the picks are the ones that matter more for next season, right?
I'll say maybe try to upgrade one. It's like I'm taking Elias Pettersson, man. I need a better pick here.
Yeah, Pettersson just got dropped in a couple leagues of mine.
Yeah, holy shit. I think I'm looking like a genius trading Pettersson at the beginning of the season now.
It's definitely
Weird
a hard
year.
hold. But to be fair, it's not like Vancouver's been doing amazingly well either, right? So it's like a team wide struggle.
Well, that's how I'm still kind of worried like they might move Pettersson and then he just comes back to life. Or I was thinking even with moving Miller out, it's like, well, man, your bully's gone. What you gonna do now?
A lot of
Sounds like
a lot on the
of
shoulders of Sherwood.
Yeah. Or no, it
expensive
sounds like
modified line one.
Heedle's the 1C man. Like they took Pettersson off power play 1, I think, yesterday. I don't know.
Just a shining beacon on how signing an awesome contract in Vancouver, that's how you get treated, Just, oh man.
There we go. Rumham's got one more. Dorofea versus Boston or Ricky Rex versus Philly.
Which one was this one? Sorry.
Back into
back
sit start.
bench. Yeah.
Dorofeev
or Raquel.
versus Boston or Raquel versus Philly.
Sid's still out, no?
Yeah, Sid's still out, I think.
Gotta go to Skorofeev for sure. Wait, where's Green, right? Green.
Yeah.
Goalie
Yeah,
chat, I guess. We didn't do
have-
any of the goalie ones.
They have the Flyers. Money Puck at least has the Flyers 57% to win
For sure.
against
for
Pitt.
sure.
We both suck. Holy shit!
I'm
Oh,
trying
there's
to.
nothing in the goalie chat. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, nothing like worth voting on.
Yeah. Let's see. Playoff prep. Oh, playoff prep. I'm so far back.
Oh, sure it is.
Oh, there's nothing in playoff prep.
Yeah, nothing new since 24th.
Keeper chat.
Keeper chat. Yeah.
Here we go. Kraft mac and cheese. Deciding on a third keeper. Sounds like between Matty Tkachuk and Marner.
Oh, it's easy. As the Leafs fan, Matty Tkachuk. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you get to keep a guy of that quality caliber for an extra season afterwards. Boom.
I wish he had his scoring.
Oh,
Yeah.
that too. But I
'Cause
mean,
if-
even sorry, go.
Well, it's like it bangs just aren't worth as much. I mean, that'd be cool to keep the stack of Matthews Marner, but I mean, who's to say Marner does stay? I know there's talk of him going somewhere. He probably won't go anywhere, but
Right. Yeah. I'd be surprised. I feel like management would bend over backwards just to sign him to another like
Yeah.
14 or $15 billion deal just for the sake of it. But yeah,
right. I
like,
mean, no, the
gonna
cap's
see.
going up, but will it go up fast enough?
We're gonna see
I'm
some
gonna go up in Marner's contract.
insane contracts this year.
Yeah, I think it'll be we'll see another offseason where someone signs like that Lucic contract that just aged like milk.
Oh, jeez.
Rantanen's going to get 14.
Yeah.
There's going to be so much money thrown around this year.
The question is with who though? You know,
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well,
Chicago.
there we go. And that's why so that's people were wondering about that three-way trade where Chicago just got their own third rounder back, but I guess, you know, it's been thrown out there that they could go strong on offer sheets in the offseason. And they would have needed that third rounder.
Who are the teams? Man, this is almost a Puckpedia like research session, but like, do we have like specific teams that are like nailed on guys that are who's y'all's Calder winner?
I do think Wolf should be strong consideration.
I was just gonna say, I don't think Mishkov's in it anymore. It's Celebrini or it's Wolf. I also think Hudson is way up there.
And I would say, based on name recognition of those guys, probably Celebrini gets the tip.
I'm Team Hudson right now.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm Team Celebrini. I'm just saying.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think based on name recognition, that's kind of like even last year, right? Last year, Bedard was hurt for a bit, but there wasn't really anybody else that kind of like completely ran away with the mantle while he was out for, what was it, 4 weeks, 6 weeks?
Let's see. I don't know. I think last time I wrote about this, Hudson was like 4 points shy of Cale Makar's,
which is insane,
rookie season. He's got a 62-point pace right now. I'm going to look up Makar's rookie season.
Yeah, see, that's why I agree with CG. Like it's Wolf because Calgary wouldn't even be where they are without that tandem, at least.
So, according to the Covers article, it says it's Celebrini. He's the odds-on favorite, and then it's Hudson, and then Wolf, and then Michikov and Stankoven, which kind of surprises me that I remember that Stankoven's even still a rookie, I guess, technically. And then it goes to Jakob Dobis. So, like, past Dobis, we're really, grasping at something. So, I think if it goes Michikov and up, maybe not even Michikov, right? Maybe it's really just Wolf, Hudson, and Celebrini. And
I think those are the only three that I'm really considering. That's as a Flyers fan. I think Michikov, if it weren't for fucking Tortorella, he'd be way up there.
I would be surprised if Wolf got it, and this sounds terrible and horrible, but like possibly due to market, you know? Like they're not even the biggest team in their own province, whereas like Hudson's going to have the entirety of Quebec and Montreal fandom just like gunning for this guy. Celebrini isn't, but Celebrini is what the consensus first gasket because I'm betting on it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'm not willing to blame or for the credit.
Yeah,
I don't want to dip into your wallet here, but my personal opinion, I think it's Hudson, just based on like. You got to kind of put like a heart slant on these Calder things, like who as a rookie had the most impact on their particular team. And Montreal has been, I mean, fucking Henry in the Discord, every time Montreal's in a playoff picture, he chirps the entire goddamn.
Oh shit. So this just came in. Igor Shesterkin expected to return in 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
With some sort of upper body.
Jonathan quick sweepstakes immediately.
Yeah, with the way the Rangers are playing now, absolutely. I think
what
Jonathan
is their
Quick is
schedule too? I was gonna say, like, what?
Well, you're probably getting 1 or 2 games out of them before the break. One actually,
1 or 2 games. Like Russia isn't playing, and Shesterkin is it 1-2 weeks because of like adding on to the break as well. Could it be just as 1 week he's out and then he comes straight back on the 22nd?
Yeah, I don't think it's.
Yeah, I don't have him in must-add territory yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's a run, don't walk to get him.
What color Gatorade? This one, I mean, it's a crapshoot, right? I like yellow Gatorade. I like light blue.
It's got to be blue, man.
Purple's good.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, wasn't yellow what they dumped on?
Yeah.
Oh my god, whoever won the college playoffs.
Happy Super Bowl to all those that celebrate. Go Birds.
But like the other one is, do they even I'm pretty sure they don't have one Gatorade color in every one of them anyway, right? So it depends on which, jug
Yeah.
the guy ends up lugging over, right?
And they
So-
probably have to. Like, what kind of insider trading could go on?
For sure.
Oh, I mixed up blue today or something. You got to have like 5 different colors per team so that there's still some sort of like variability.
Mystery.
Just the fact that that is even a betting option is insane to me. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
sports gambling.
Chiefs did
no, I
purple
just
last year. I didn't even know. Okay,
Well, the Chiefs aren't going to win it this year, so that's not.
I want
Don't even
I want
matter.
Philly so that there's
Oh,
another
baby. Saquon.
another always sunny episode about Philly
Oh man,
winning.
TJ, I am so on your team. Oh my goodness, yeah. But
Saquon's so good. I love it.
It's like
Gotta give it to him.
I was talking to one of the other listeners too before, right? And it's like just the fact that this happened this year with Saquon, with the setup, with how he left the New York Giants. Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
it comes.
Did I?
together.
I don't think this might be our first episode on together, Jay, this year. But I worked a Kansas City leg. Like I was flying into Kansas City, greeting everybody that was coming on the plane. It was the same day as the Buffalo game. Everybody's wearing Chiefs stuff, and they found out that we were a Philly crew. So I was saying "Go Birds" to everybody that was wearing Chiefs gear. And I kept calling them Swifties. like you know how you have the Bills Mafia, and okay, so
That's
it was like
great.
Bills Mafia versus the Swifties and everything. I can't wait for Taylor Swift to just fucking rip her Chiefs shirt off, and there's an Eagles one under it. It's gonna be so awesome.
That's incredible. Oh man, it's gonna be a great game for sure. Alan and I were talking before, right? Like we were kind of surprised they still put hockey games, like on.
Oh my
on
God.
the same,
Yeah,
I
same
know.
day. Yeah, I was like,
I think that's usually what happens though. There's like 1 or 2 very, very early games, and then just they're all done by like 4 or 5.
They have to be. You have
But-
to.
the other one is like, it is a thing where I'm blanking on the term on a pod with 2 Americans. What's the phrase where they all hang out in like a big lot or area?
Tailgate.
Oh yeah, tailgate.
Tailgate. None of those guys in the early game can tailgate at all.
You guys don't
then.
do that up at the North Pole? You guys don't do that up there?
Oh man, it's like you stand up there beside it and like I guess you could do it if you had like the heaters, those like
Oh,
almost
yeah.
like mini heaters that are
There you
heating
go.
entire areas. You
Or
can't
just have
heat up-
like barrel fires, like
Yeah.
they
That too.
stereotypically show the hobos do. Like,
just entire tire fires.
No,
literally
tailgates
up
are-
there. Oh
Man,
man,
Philly tailgates are their problem.
they're a
they're-
problem.
I'm gonna light a Jeep Grand Cherokee on fire. That's just sets the tone for the rest of the day.
I am gonna say like Kansas City. It's Kansas City, Missouri, right? Oh, but I guess it doesn't matter. They're playing in New Orleans anyway.
They
right?
play,
But,
yeah.
but Kansas City, I would say, would probably be like a pretty pristine and solid place to do tailgating. I'd imagine as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like solid
it's
in the
nice.
Midwest as well. Yeah. Come to think of it, Alan, I was gonna say like Ohio might not be a bad area for tailgating either, right? You got like good college teams and like whatnot. It's like
there probably is. I bet you go to Ohio State games, it's tailgate
Solid.
central, and that's
For
why
sure.
I'm kind of worried about for the Stadium Series game. Is I'm like, are people going to try to tailgate this thing? Like this thing is probably a much higher capacity than nationwide.
I mean, to be honest, let's be frank. I think at a certain point, certain sports, the tailgating is as much the draw as the actual sporting
Oh, yeah.
event. That like I might not care about some of those college games either, but I'd go 100% for them solid, like ribs and like whatnot.
Oh.
It just
Absolutely. Dude, Philly's got the hockey arena, the football, like all the sports is all in one big parking lot, pretty much. So there's so much room to get in trouble, to make some trouble, to have some fun. And Philly makes some good tailgates.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And I mean that entire stretch gets so underrated as well, right? Like, people talk about New York on one side and like Atlanta on the other, but like it's pretty much unbroken metropolis all the way down. Like you just
Yeah.
kind of like pick out a couple of names and like I mean, not even New York, just like even Boston further, right? Like you go Boston, Baltimore,
All of I-95,
yeah.
all
Hell
a
yeah.
big city.
DC for sure, yeah.
Damn, I forget how long 95 is because like it's probably the same 95 I would use in Florida.
It is. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah, the highway system is insane.
It is really nuts, honestly.
Because I think even to get from Florida to Ohio, like it's just 75 pretty much the whole way north.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
those interstate highways, like they've definitely built them up over the years for sure. My
Yeah,
goodness,
man.
yeah, it's pretty.
Gotta love FTR. But it is noon. I think
of luck.
nothing's really rolling in.
Best of luck, everybody.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be in Miami. I
Dorothea
I
of
called
Hattrick.
out sick to anybody at American Airlines watching right now. I'm truly sick. I was not joking when I called in this morning.
So you're actually sitting on a toilet chair right now.
That's what this is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doubles. Just need a
We'll
power
feel
wash.
better, TJ, for sure.
Just power wash.
All right,
All right, guys. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Go Eagles.
Go
Go
Birds.
Eagles.
Go Birds.